Good day everyone, so as is tradition on this channel, we're going to review the main event for 5.1, that is the Sub-Zero's Festival with Nahida's birthday in today's video. We'll look at the combat, the story, etc. But one thing that I'll mention is that whilst I played this event, there was actually a complete secret thing happening, and I only found this out on the last day. In fact, people only found this out recently, where Nahida was actually in on the whole thing. She was part of the Sub-Zero's festival, and it just blows your mind to know that she was pretending all along. And if you activated certain conditions, you could have had her as part of the event cutscenes. And this was just like when I did this and I found out about it, and I had to play with this on my second account. And then you also find that Nilo was involved in all of it. So it was really wild. I was like, wait, what? Why aren't more people talking about this? Well, the answer to that is because I just made it all up. Alright, so for those of you that are long-term viewers on the channel, you know I've got multiple accounts, and once I play the event normally on my main account, I absolutely go crazy on my alt account, and I do fun things like make the sky dark here during like character cutscenes and stuff. I've got Yamiko in the background. As to how I do this, that's kind of a bit of a trade secret, but it is fun just to mess around a bit with the game, and I thought, well, hey, let's try and put this into today's video. Regardless of all of the nonsense, let's start with the actual review for the event. I think the big thing of any event is obviously the story, which we'll touch on, but also the minigame. So we had a combat minigame, which was boring. That it was as average as can be. We had a little prop hunt thing where you had to see what was missing, and I also thought that was kind of yawn. And then we had the carriage over here, which was perhaps the most fun of the entire event. Whilst didn't take particularly a lot of skill to get the maximum amount of coins, it was definitely an event that was kind of cool, especially some of the music that was playing in the background, which I thought was, wow, I haven't heard this before, which was really, really nice. I thought there could have been a bit more skill expression, but hey, this is a Genshin Impact game. If you add any semblance of skill, people are going to be mad. But overall, I felt that I think in terms of event difficulty, most people could get all of the flowers, or I don't know what you call it, the event currency. You could get all the rewards very easily. And I think for a 2 week event, that was about as good as it should be. Although I do believe that one of the things that could have been better done was perhaps give Nahida a skin. This is supposed to be her birthday, the moment that she's supposed to shine, and I thought that maybe we could have had a bit more, perhaps a story quest involving the Knight of Flower and Nahida going into a new domain, and you had to fight some cool things, or some extra lore perhaps relating to what happened in the past in Sumeru with the dancing goddess of flowers and King Deshret. Something extra. I think it would have really helped quite a bit, but unfortunately this event was sandwiched in between the big 5.1 Archon quest, so it is what it is. In any case, the highlight for this event, for me at least, was Dory's voice acting in Japanese. I thought it was absolutely brilliant. On the playing it back and just seeing how much the voice actor just had fun with it, it also made me want to have more fun again. So absolutely props to her, JP voice actor. Absolutely phenomenal. When it came to the main story, we obviously had a bit of a quest here with Candice getting some sort of, what do you call it, stone. And then she thought she could see the future. There was like a bit of a mix-up with Cephos and some people doing and transporting dangerous goods in the desert. All of it felt okay, but it was just a roundabout way for me. It didn't really fit the theme of the show. So in the beginning, obviously, we had to help Candice do a bit of shopping and getting and preparing for the festival and the event, but all of that was just fluff, and it was only finally with, for instance, Nilo meeting Varush and being able to learn the original dance, that was the exciting part, because that brought the lore back for me about what Sumeru was all about. And with this cutscene here in the background, we also have the distinct Sumeru animation style that came back, which I absolutely loved. So the first time, for instance, I saw Rukkhadevata, and you can see here just how beautiful Nahida looks, just the style and how it fits like the elf design of what they drew. It's my favorite so far in the entire game. It just looks so gorgeous. The way this is drawn, it's absolutely phenomenal. So I do think that despite a bit of a rough start to the story, the ending here was absolutely worth it in my opinion. And I think what I liked about this was we had the events with Varouche and the desert stuff, and then also the Aranara actually also being integrated once again in the event, where Nahida effectively basically said, well, everyone, let's share in the big dream. So this is the whole theme about Sumeru. It's all about everyone sharing in the collective knowledge, and this is again what we can see Nahida does as she activates the simulation here in the background. So just tying up the overworld elements that we've had to explore and then bringing it all back was very satisfying. Now of course I think for newer players this might have been a bit rough because you had to do so many prerequisite quests and you had to do so many world quests to really get the full flavor of it, but for us as veteran players I think this was a almost perfect way to wrap up what happened in the past of Sumeru, and it's almost like now we can start the second phase of the story, which I'm looking forward to. Right, so as we start wrapping up this review, I do think that a couple of other things are worth mentioning. The environment and how the event has been dressed. Sumeru City, Port Osmos, and some of the other areas looked very beautiful. I even took some time taking Shilonen on her infinite rollerblading just to see if I can capture some of the cinematic stuff, and perhaps we can put that into a future video. But overall, the flowers, the theming, and then my favorite part, the flower carriage, it just brought it all together. For those of you that are not aware, the flower carriage, if you've played the event, is available as is for you to put into the Serenity pot. So lots of beautiful photos that you can take. I had a great opportunity with Kokomi, both here and in the what I call it sanctuary of where Nahida is, like at the top where you start the parade. I took lots of beautiful pictures, and for me it was just overall incredibly satisfying. So yeah, we are here at the end of the video. I loved Nilo's contribution. I love Nahida. These are some of my favorite characters, so hopefully in the future, please Hoyo, give us a Kokomi story that's also of the same quality and I'll just be so happy. Alright guys, thanks for watching.